Choose life, choose a sport, choose a drop zone, choose a start time, choose a fucking big jump plane, choose turbine engines, speed, unlimited altitude, and endless horizons. Choose height, no low turns, and travel insurance. Choose jump tickets, choose tiny action cameras, choose your mates, choose a rig and matching helmet, choose swoop shorts and a range of fucking fabrics, choose 120 vertical speed and wondering who the fuck you are on a Sunday morning. Choose sitting on that couch, watching debriefs, spirit-saving slow-mos, smashing beers after last load. Choose standing on the podium at the end of it all. Choose a win you'll love every time. And the reasons? There are no reasons. Who needs reasons when you fly NZ Aerosports?
Of course, I absolutely love the NZ Aerosports business model. I mean, come on. One glance at an Icarus fuck yeah sticker and you know it lines up perfectly with the fucking pilot mentality. But outside their wonderful use of colorful language and a great company vibe, there's a long list of reasons to say NZ Aerosports, fuck yeah. NZ Aerosports blows me away right out of the gate as a canopy manufacturer with a bold offer. They give you 10 jumps on your brand new nylon to decide if you want to keep it, swap it out, or even return it for a refund. I mean, seriously, how incredible is that? That's like getting halfway through a prom and deciding you prefer the slightly racier date that goes down faster. Seriously, they do that. If you're not madly in love with your new canopy after 10 jumps, they'll let you swap it out for another size or model, or even get your money back. And the range of canopies they've got? Man, they've got a style canopy to fit every jumper and every situation with models you know and trust, like the Sapphire 3, the perfect choice for the beginner or intermediate canopy pilot. The Crossfire 3, when you're ready to kick it up that elliptical notch. The JFX 2, if you're looking to up your new swoop game. The Leia as the workhorse and dirtwater dirt beast, or the Petra. The Petra cranks out crazy power and is nothing short of a record breaker. But hey, it's not always about speed either. Take the Kraken. Built as a low pack volume canopy specifically with wingsuiting in mind, she gives you all the performance you're looking for with the reliability you need that'll have you itching for that next formation, rodeo, or puffy cloud. So the equipment is top of the line kick-ass stuff as you already know, but how about the team? Well, the customer service gang is there to sort you out whenever you need them. Maddie and Beto are always there to help with Jen holding the reins. They're available for you at sales@nzaerosports.com, and they've got a kick-ass live chat tool on the website if you're wanting to hit someone up right away. These are the crew you're going to want to talk to get those custom orders in. With the stock nylon, once you know what you want, they'll have that shit on a FedEx truck as soon as the credit card machine says approved and get you in the air in no time. For your custom orders, you'll be able to get a time frame for building and shipping when you design it, so get to it. And demos. They've got demos in the US available from their partner Rock Sky Market. The whole US demo fleet is there with Sapphire 3, Crossfire 3, Kraken, JFX 2, and Leia canopies in a range of sizes. They also offer student and tandem demos in the US. Bottom line, every step of the way, NZ Aerosports is there to get you what you need, and I personally couldn't be happier to be teamed up with them here on Lunatic Fringe. Hell, they've even got a special offer for all you lunatic listeners out there. Just head to pages.nzaerosports.com/into the void. That's pages.nzaerosports.com/into the void and follow the instructions to register a website account with them. You'll score a discount voucher with $20 towards any purchase over $200. I mean, come on. You know you're going to shop with NZ Aerosports, so grab a little extra cash towards that buy and enjoy. The offer is good until the 31st of December, and the voucher's good for 3 months, so go register now. And now, time to get started with Lunatic Fringe Into the Void, brought to you proudly by NZ Aerosports. Fuck yeah.
Coming straight from the cockpit, it's another episode of Lunatic Fringe with the fucking pilot.
Ready, set, go! All right, back in the can for another edition of Lunatic Fringe Into the Void, and trying to mix it up and keep it interesting. I've got 3 folks crammed into a very small space to talk about some cool shit. So tell me, who the fuck are you guys and what do you do?
Hi. Oh. Sorry.
There you go.
You first. All right. First of all, thank you very much of welcoming us in your little casa here.
Yeah.
So I am working for a commercial airline in revenue optimization, and yeah.
So, all right. So you work for an airline.
Yes.
And what's your name?
Oh, Felix.
Felix. There we go. All right. Who are you?
Enthusiasm. I'm Anne, and I work in management consulting.
Management consulting.
Yeah, and I'm Lucas, and I'm a marina manager.
Why the fuck am I talking to you guys on a skydiving podcast?
You tell us.
I mean, come on. So you guys are not skydivers. Like, you don't have rigs. You're not going out to the drop zone on the weekends and all that stuff.
Well, I think as per today, I would call myself a skydiver.
Would you?
Like
All right. Now, so what did you guys just do?
Yeah, we basically just jumped out of a plane. You know what's funny though, by the way? What I just realized, when people say even now, like, what did you just do? And I'm like, I jumped out of a plane. Like, but did we actually? Because in the end, we were just like dangling on somebody else, and he jumped, and you just went with it, right?
No, you just kind of fell out of an airplane. But you guys did your first jump today.
Yes, correct.
First jump ever. Yeah,
First
it was
jump.
crazy.
So you guys just went out and did tandem skydives.
Yep.
So how are you feeling?
Crazy. I have to admit, it feels super surreal. It was difficult to ensure that you're present at every moment because you're just like, can't believe this is happening.
Right.
And after it's done, you just. Wait, what did that just happen? I don't know. It was like it's weird. It's so surreal. Your brain can't function, can't capture the full essence of what just happened.
Sure. Well,
but it was amazing.
I remember saying to you specifically because you were getting really excited, getting ready to go on the airplane, and I'm like, soak every bit of this up because you're going to be back on the ground before you know it, wondering what the fuck just happened.
And I took your advice, and I was very trying not to do that in the entire plane ride. I was also a lot calmer than I was when I was on the ground, which is super weird, and I didn't expect that at all.
Yeah.
That I was in the plane and that moment of no return actually helped the nerves so much because it was like, all right, this is happening now.
Sure.
Might as well just be in the moment and enjoy it as much as you can.
Yeah.
And I think I did that. I mean, I was so aware that I was even supermaning and swimming midair.
Nice.
I was so aware.
Yeah, I was entertaining that camera guy like no other. That's for sure.
So now, what was the reason? I know you guys went out as a group to jump, but what was the reason behind going out and making a skydive?
It was quite simple. Someone's birthday party, and we gave her a present, and instead of her dropping alone, we thought, oh, let's all join in with it.
Nice.
Yeah, we're such good friends.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Nice. Well, now, is this something that any of you had thought of before, or have you jumped before?
Yeah, so I've done it once, but it was 10 years ago.
Okay.
You know? And I always had a big mouth saying, I've done it before, and, easy peasy and so on, right? But as soon as you book it again, and you press the button and the money goes away, you're like, why?
My hands are a little sweaty.
I already did it. I already can't tell people that I've done it. Like, why do I need to do it again? I already got the video, there's proof. Everything is fine, And it was actually quite funny because Anne was always talking about it, that she really wanted to do it.
Yeah.
But she had the idea of doing it.
I'm a big chicken, yeah.
But I was always like, no, but never do it. No. And then I had the idea. The idea was basically that we go to the drop zone and drop our friend off. And that I would
enjoy the day.
Yeah, and then the idea was that I would pre-buy the tickets and basically on the day itself, tell her hey, by the way, you're also gonna jump out of a plane. And the first thought was that I only buy it for her, but then I thought we were a little bit shitty to be hey, you're going.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, then I actually my plan wasn't to buy it for us both. The thing is, though, when I was ordering it, I was on the website, right? And you look at the pictures and everything is great and so on.
1 second. I think it's good to clarify that we're married and we're not just two random people.
Hey, wait. It is good that you clarified, though, because I've actually seen guys take girls on a first date and not tell them that they were taking them for a jump, and it did not go well.
You're either out of a few bucks.
It fucking didn't. It didn't go well. It didn't go well.
Oh, it would never even occur to me to do that.
Oh yeah. Well, to be perfectly honest, all these years in the sport, it always surprised me the whole surprising someone with a skydive if you're not 100% sure it's something that they want to do, because that's a lot of money to throw out the window if they go fuck yourself, I'm not jumping.
Yeah, exactly.
And or you just bought yourself a skydive.
I think this is exactly the same what I had, what my thought was as well, saying okay, I don't want to jump twice, right?
Yep.
So,
but in hindsight, you do want to jump twice now.
Yeah.
That's a good point. That's actually
What a shame.
What a shame, yeah.
So now, Felix, you were quite nervous though this time around.
Let me just finish the story.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's worth mentioning. Yeah.
Just quickly.
So imagine yourself like you sit there, right, and you have this great idea. And all fairness, like the dive we have done is not the cheapest one around. In your head is like, okay, you're gonna do this live experience, but you still have, it's money and so on. And I always thought, like, from a personal perspective, I don't know about you guys, but I always thought, like, okay, if you have a really big fear, just, like, tell me to do it, tell me how much it was, and then he has to do it because, like, it's freaking expensive.
Sure.
But you still have, like, because it's so much money, you consider, like, okay, what if she actually says no, right? So then we were sitting on the table. And I asked those guys.
All sorts of ideas for you right now. It was very expensive, Felix. Wait till you see this gift.
So we were sitting at this table, right? And I thought to myself, like, you know what? I just have to check, like, what does she prefer? We have really still a different, right? So I was basically saying, like, listen, guys, I was listening to this podcast, and I'm just curious, like, what is your thought on this? Like, imagine you have to go on a big roller coaster or bungee jumping or something similar. I said, right? And I asked them, like, first Lucas, as like clever I am, basically said, okay, if you would need to go on this roller coaster, let's call it, would you like to know 2 weeks before, and prepare yourself mentally, or would you rather be on the spot and say, like, you know what, let's do this, right? And Lucas was the first one who said, like, what did you say, Lucas?
Well, I said, who are you asking? Because it depends on the person,
Oh my God.
no, absolutely.
Yes.
And then he said, like, what are you doing in my house?
So I'm not gonna lie, this sounds like an awful long way around to get a pretty simple answer. Wouldn't you just go, hey, someday we should go skydiving and see what the reaction is?
No, but you always say, like, yeah, no. Like,
Would you really?
No, I always told her that it was on my bucket list. It was like when exactly I wanted to do it was always like.
Well, then that's a win-win. That's kind of like whether or not somebody wants to get married. If the answer is yes, then
chances are she'll say yes.
Sooner or later, yeah. Especially if she said it's on her bucket list, then.
For sure, but I have to say I was super happy.
You are married.
Yeah, that was weird.
You guys can't see, but he fully just took the fucking microphone away from her. That was German sign language for shut the fuck up.
Don't even touch me. Yeah.
That was German sign language for shut the fuck up, I'm speaking.
Wow. It didn't work. Huh?
I was speaking.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, thank you for the fuck you. Oh my God. All right. A lot of life decisions. Okay. No, so basically, I was actually really happy that he told me in advance because the 2 weeks prior to knowing that I was going to do this actually helped so much in mental preparation and just like getting really pumped and getting able to being able to share it with the friends that we were jumping with. All the planning that goes into it, all the excitement that goes into. I would have missed out on that by just having 2 hours before the jump.
Sure.
With that info, you know what I mean? So I was actually really happy. So I told him, I was like, yeah, if we're doing anything crazy, you better fucking tell me. And then he's like, I have something to tell you.
That's good. That's good, though. That's good. So what was your initial reaction when he told you that you were jumping? Was it, oh, fuck?
Yeah, no, so he was like, absolutely telling me, I was like, we're jumping out of a fucking plane, aren't we? He's like, yeah. So immediately my hands got sweaty, my palms got sweaty, and I just like, my toes start tingling, all the symptoms of heights.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But then it was just also excitement because I was like, I had to do this once, why not now? So,
sure.
like, fuck it, let's do it,
Sure.
Especially with the friends we were jumping with. Those are really good friends.
That
so
helped,
I think,
that
it helps
actually, yeah.
so much that your camaraderie of doing it together.
Yeah, it's a very relaxing thing to watch your close friends shitting their pants just as bad as you are.
Misery loves company.
Yeah. Now, Lucas, how about you? What?
No, for me it was with them booking the ticket. It's always been on the list for me to do. It just gave me that extra push to actually get it over.
It's an occasion.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But I was quite calm the whole time. And then,
You were way too calm.
Yeah, like
I
way
saw
too
these
calm.
two absolutely shitting themselves. They're like, "Oh my god! In 3 weeks' time, we're gonna go skydiving."
So,
Well, in all
So-
fairness, you also were a little bit scared about, your weight.
Yes. Thanks for pointing that one out.
well, that being said, since this isn't video, right now people are picturing this massive fat guy sitting on a chair.
height is the factor.
Yeah, how tall are you?
195.
Which in inches is what, like 6'2"?
6'4".
6. Yeah, so you're fucking tall.
Well, I wouldn't say fucking tall. I mean, Yao Ming.
No,
is
you're fucking tall,
but-
dude. I'm 5'10" on a good day. So
In the morning.
no, yeah, you're fucking
Some
tall.
would say someone's short.
Yeah, no. I'm just the right height. I fit in everything just comfortably. So it's funny because you guys all had very different, very obvious ways of dealing with it when you were on the drop zone. Because Lucas, you were pretty calm.
Yeah.
You were definitely bouncing around.
Yeah.
You were nervous as well, but you admitted it, Felix.
Quiet nervous.
I have this brilliant video of Felix the day before skydiving, brooming the outsides of the house, absolutely shitting
Not
himself.
knowing what to do with
He's
himself.
like,
Oh, yeah.
I need to waste some time because it's on my mind.
Oh yeah, no, and it will too, because you're like, is tomorrow it? Is it the end? Fuck, what am I doing?
I think the biggest problem is like the biggest thing I think is that for me the problem was like I didn't know where the fear came from, because you've done it before, like it's like so incredible safe, it's like there's never something happening, or at least like nobody talks about it, and like
Shit
literally,
happens.
like, no, we don't talk about this.
Oh, lots of shit happens.
No, but
I want to hear more about that.
Yeah.
But-
and like
Wait till your third time, Felix.
No, but you also know like the person behind you. You don't have to do anything, right? There's nothing you can do wrong per se, right? I mean, like you have to be really
if
crazy.
it goes
right?
wrong, it's not your fault.
So
and the guy behind you, like he doesn't want to die, right? I mean, like
Hopefully.
you hope. I would always tell students that were really nervous that we've taught you to do all these different things, but if you fuck it all up and do nothing that I told you to do, it just means that I work harder and you're still going to have a shitload of fun.
Yeah.
In reality, you guys, especially someone that's 6'4", can make your instructor's life really difficult for a little while. But yes, statistically speaking, and odds are you're going to be just fine, and you guys will have no idea how hard that guy was working.
Yeah.
That being said, instructors get really good at spotting personalities. You end up becoming a fucking 2-minute psychologist. I have to know right away what kind of personality I'm dealing with so I know which dean I need to be for this student. So, like, Lucas, your type scares the shit out of me. Because if you're calm and you're not getting nervous, something's fucking wrong with you.
Yeah, he's a psychopath.
That's seriously, that's what I'm looking at. All right, he's fucking tall, he's being calm. It's the guys that are, this is going to be fun, chill kind of guys that shit their fucking pants half of the, 3/4 of the time. The people like you, and that were like, woo, ready to go. You're the ones we love because you don't hold anything back. If you're going to freak out, you're going to freak out, but you're going to keep doing what I tell you to do. You're going to freak out on your way to the door. So you spot that, and then, Felix, you're a mixed bag.
Yeah, no, and I think that's okay. That makes sense now because, I got nervous, right, and a little bit anxiety kicks in. Like life decisions and so on. Long story short, and I've got told that just talk to instructor, and don't get me wrong, my instructor was great and so on. But I got told like they're trained in this, and they will they will talk to you. They will give your mind off of what actually is happening. They will just talk to you and so on. Right? And then I was with him, and I said like it was obvious. I was honest with him, and I said like, listen, I'm quite nervous, and like all okay, and he just said like, okay.
So,
and I was like, okay. And then even like in the plane, I wanted to make a joke and said like, you know what you're doing, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay.
so
Tough crowd.
that makes me laugh a lot because you went with one of the most animated people that I know in skydiving when you get him going.
But question, sorry for interrupting, but
No.
now it's a question. Yes, you can say this, but come on. Like if you jump like on a daily basis, like you do like so many tandems, and every day you meet like at least I don't know, 10, 20 people or something like this who are like super nervous, and you have to be the person to be like, it's gonna be fine, and you're saying the same thing over. There must be a stage as well where you're just gonna be like, you know what?
Fine.
It's if you're asking if it ever gets routine, yes and no, because at the end of the day, you're strapping somebody to you that's going to do their best to kill you. Like I look at every single person that I'm taking is a possible fucking homicidal maniac, depending on what you guys do strapped to the front of me. So you have to be prepared for whatever the fuck's going on. So no, tandems never get routine because people never get routine. For every tandem, it's a different skydive with every single human being. So you never really know what's coming, and you can kind of lump people into categories, and it's pretty easy to figure out. But Again, the guy that you went with, and people will laugh when they hear the name, Matt Munting, took you. Matt Munting he's hardcore Aussie that gets frothing excited, and I know I didn't say that with any accent, but he's one of the most badass fucking wingsuit base jumpers on the planet. You jumped with one of the most extreme human beings breathing today. So you just caught him on a day when he was being chill.
Maybe he's holding some grunts with some
you,
Germans.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's you,
Well,
not him.
he may have gone, this guy's fucking nervous, and I'm just going to, all right, casual. Yeah, dude.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he was great.
Yes,
right?
of course.
Yeah, but it's still funny, and I think what you mentioned earlier as well is quite interesting because like you're so nervous, and in all fairness, like I hated this waiting because you're like, ooh, let's do this, let's sign up, and it's like, oh yeah, your plane is gonna leave in 2 hours. And you're like, oh my god, like just
Stretch it
get
out.
it over with, And then I have to agree, like once you
broom.
I don't know anyone.
But you go, we should have given you room to clean the hangar
Oh
while
my
you were
gosh,
Yeah.
it would have been so spotless, man. And the funny thing is, though, once you are in the plane, I don't know if you guys said the same, but I know you said it earlier as well, right? That you are so calm. And the funny thing is, like, my biggest fear was actually like that I would get really freaked out in the plane. But you're surrounded by so many instructors, the camera guy, instructors, and so on, right? That they're all like literally like just like super bored, waiting there like as if they go on the bus ride, 7 a.m. bus take to work, and only you are a little bit like, oh my god, what's happening? And everybody else is like, oh my god, what time is it?
Oh, yeah.
Next stop.
Lunch.
We used to, where I started doing tandems, we would fly in very small aircraft as well that would only hold 5 people, and it would take 45 minutes to get to altitude. And halfway through a long, hot summer day in Vegas, you're in the back taking a nap, like you're falling asleep. And some students would be...
Oh, no, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, the students wake you up being like,
Oh, yeah.
I think we
Some
have to
students
jump,
would be
yeah.
really comforted by the fact that, God, this guy is so relaxed, he's actually falling asleep on the way to altitude. And others were like, is he just fucking resigned to his fate? Like, what the hell is going on? So, you never know. But I've discovered that, especially in the aircraft, and a lot of times the people, the fear that people have is not the fear of the jump, it's the fear of how they're going to react to what's going on. They're scared of whether or not they're going to freak out. Not that they're going to get themselves killed, but how am I going to react? It's very ego-driven, right?
For sure.
How am I going to all these fucking people and I'm about to shit my pants? And because people, especially guys, we're trained, you're never supposed to show fear. Are you kidding me? We're not supposed to get scared. We're not supposed to be apprehensive. None of this shit's supposed to get under our skin. And then all of a sudden you are faced with real, honest to goodness fear that you cannot get away from, and a lot of guys melt down. They like.
I must say I had that.
Yeah.
I was calm throughout the whole day, and then you get up there.
Yeah.
The window goes open, and then it's holy shit. This is actually happening.
Yep.
This is happening. I mean, there is a dude sitting in front of me, sort of laying down with his arm sort of dangling
Sure.
out.
Yep.
He's a solo diver that probably did it, 20,000 times or
Yep.
whatever. But Jesus Christ, this is this is a big drop, all of a sudden.
Well, and that's why the guys that, like you, are very stoic throughout the day and even getting on the airplane make me nervous, because I know when that door opens, you can't back away from the fact that you're scared anymore, and you might, depending on, especially if you're, I hate to say it, but if you're an American guy. You've been macho your whole fucking life, and now for the very first time, maybe in your early 30s, you're actually shit scared. You don't know how you're going to react. People don't know how they're going to react until they're there. Yeah. So you have to get real good at reading people, especially when they're your size.
Yeah, but but the assuring thing for me was, I was flying. I can't remember his name. But I was gonna jump with a dude that said he jumped 30,000 times.
Yes, you jumped with Tukes.
Tukes. That's his name.
Yes.
I forgot his name.
Who is height-wise? I think he
sorry,
comes.
Tukes, if you're here.
Height-wise, I think Tukes comes up to your nipples.
Yeah.
He's a little guy.
That glorious zone.
Yes.
But he said, and he was so calm as well. And once I was strapped on with him,
He was dangling.
I think he was doing the splits when you were sitting between his legs.
Yep. That always used to be. as the
What,
tandem instructor,
you-
that
you-
especially in the States, that was one of the funny things is you had to turn it into a joke because, again, you get the macho guys that now in a plane like you guys jumped out of, a Twin Otter has to sit on my legs.
Yeah.
You know, and so most guys are like, "Oh, fucking sit on another guy's lap. And so you have to judge those guys, and you either tell them, right, just sit on my legs and let him pretend that it's not actually happening, or you fuck with them because they're having a little bit more fun. Come on, sit on my lap. You know, and you get to have a little bit of fun with it because you
wanna
try and
survive.
keep it entertaining.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything you can do depending on the type of person they are to either take them away from that fear or just snap them out of it for just a second so you can get what you need to get
Yeah,
done.
exactly.
Yeah, for sure. So now the ride to altitude you all handled a little bit different, but how was getting to the door and getting out of the airplane?
Lucas was first out of the
second,
plane. Well,
second,
of
second.
us,
Of
you were
us, yeah,
first.
yeah.
So I'm like, we can do it really according to like sequence because that way I saw you disappear, which was hilarious. We actually had one friend of ours who jumped first, so we all got to witness this.
The
Except
birthday girl.
The birthday girl. She was like, I want to get out of there first. So we're like, all right, of course. And since one of the things they teach you at the bottom before you get up was a little bit of technique where you have to arch your back as a banana.
Yes.
So, and she was so nervous that she was going to forget, even though it's the simplest thing in the world. Love you, love you, by the way. She before she jumped out there, she's like banana, and it like disappeared.
Hey, you are what you say, right?
Hey, that's a good way to remind you.
Oh man, I had to laugh so hard. And then Lucas left after that. Yeah.
No, so following after that, it was sort of like, okay, she did it. This should
Parachute.
be a park, walk in the
Macho.
park, but the window is not all that big. So the first thing he does is sort of, he tries
Well,
to
yeah,
bring my
for
head
you.
down type of thing.
Again, fuck you for being tall. I fit right up.
Fully standing.
Almost.
No, that was the biggest struggle. But then the banana. It's you if you want to do the banana the way they were saying you needed to do a banana. I mean,
I feel like that's the most
my
sensitive
banana was quite erect. Let's say.
Oh my god.
So you didn't arch for shit, did you?
What?
No, not in that way.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Tooks, I like
It's a
you,
good
but not
steering
that much.
maneuver.
But hold on a sec. Like, would you say that you actually really, when you jumped out, thought about a banana and then did the banana, or did you
No.
just tap you and you just open your arms? That's it, right?
No, I tried to arch as much as
Yeah?
I could. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
That was
I was
the
shitty
instruction.
Yeah, you're the worst. I was so impressed with my banana when I saw the picture. It was like the perfect banana shape. And I was like, wow, Anne.
I hope they use this for instruction videos.
Yeah. I volunteer my content. It's just great.
I'm a tandem skydive model.
Yeah, exactly.
That's, I mean, the exit can be the most challenging for the instructor. It's definitely overload for somebody that's never jumped before because, oh fuck, here it goes.
That's
But once
great.
you're out of the airplane, it's very much, for most people, I've seen this light bulb comes on over their head and they realize, well, shit, I can't get back in the airplane anymore. Time to have fun. Here I am. Let's soak it in and enjoy it. That doesn't mean it doesn't occasionally happen that someone clamps their eyes shut and screams the whole way down and doesn't interact too
Yeah.
much with what's going on. But most people realize, well, shit, I can't get back in the plane, so let's have a good time. And
True.
is that kind of what you guys found?
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I mean, like, I don't know. For me, I think it's really just like because you are strapped to somebody else. Because I was nervous, and I think like if it would be just me to jump, I'd be like, no way, of course not, right? But I mean, like, and that's what I mentioned earlier in the beginning of the podcast as well, is that you are actually not really taking the decision to jump. You already took this decision, like 2 weeks ago. Now it's the guy who's just literally like, I mean, how could I in this situation? How could I even like signal him like no? I think even then he would be like, oh yeah, because he knows it's just fear. And once you're out, then
Yeah.
it kicks in. Then
Sure.
it kicks in like, okay,
Sure.
now you have like. There's like, oh my god, what's happening?
Yeah, I think I was fully present for the entire fall. And obviously the gliding, because if
You didn't pass out?
no, I didn't. Actually that was like so funny because a friend of ours, one of the people who jumped, she had a few contacts. She has a network. No, I don't know why that's a weird word. So she has a friend who also jumped because it's getting quite popular, and I think because people aren't traveling because of COVID, they have a little bit more money to spend on these
Sure.
crazier things that you wouldn't normally do because you'd spend that traveling.
Sure.
I think that's anyway. Moving on. So she was telling me that there's this I don't know exactly how you call it, but it's when you get exposed to extreme stresses that you pass out. Like where's that condition? I'm not sure what the name is.
Narcolepsy?
Is it narcolepsy? Is it?
Narcolepsy, fall asleep in stressful situations.
Because you have these like balls that you also get flown like shot
know,
at
a lot of
air,
shit
and
happens.
then people like pass out in them. Yeah, so she had a friend who that happened to.
Doing
During
skydiving.
yeah. Oh my gosh. So she like jumped out and then passed out.
Well, so now, I've had people pass out on me
crazy.
before, but it's
Yeah?
always once the parachute opens. I've never had anybody pass out in free fall.
Really? Because
Never-
how
never
that
in
must
free
look
fall.
as well, like a dog was like hanging off someone else.
And you just come to the landing site, you know, want to
yeah.
sign up, and you see this guy like
No,
dangling there.
under the parachute, they pass out cold. So, especially with guys, once the parachute opens, you've got all your weight hanging off your femoral arteries.
Yeah.
So it starts to slow that blood flow down. And where I started in Las Vegas, of course, everybody's fucking hammered drunk the night before they go make their skydive. So they've got the
course.
booze going through their system and all this adrenaline, and you slow that blood flow down, and they either throw up or pass out.
Oh, shit.
That's it. So you get real good at landing unconscious people. Could you imagine that? You just miss the last
Yeah,
half of
you-
your skydive and wake up on the ground? That would just be very...
That'd be so nuts.
Yeah, I can't even
What a
imagine.
waste.
But a side question, actually, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm just curious because on the website, of course, when you sign up, you read everything, right? All the FAQs, what
Sure.
to wear and so on,
No,
yeah?
Felix, you do.
Yeah, to tell you about it.
Such lies, by the way, because there's so many things that you didn't know when I quizzed
I was
you on
testing
it.
you. No, because there's one part, right, which said, like, in case of emergency, the skydiver, or the instructor, basically, right, he can
Cut you.
cut you.
He's like, snap.
Where the fuck did you guys jump?
No, but you can. He can be removed from. Like he can be cut off the harness. I guess.
Yeah.
You would
No.
call that.
Exactly, right?
There's a waiver you saw.
Because I paid attention. Yeah, I know, but it does say that you are connected directly to the parachute.
Oh.
Yeah, so the way the system works is your harness that you're wearing is directly attached to the parachute system. You're not hooked to the instructor. So
So he can cut himself off.
What is worse? Or you just to kill himself.
he can cut the parachute away in case of an emergency to use the reserve, but no, there's no automatic passenger eject. I wish there was.
It like opens and just like slide out.
There have been a few jumps where I wanted to get rid of my students for sure.
Oh really? Like what's happening that just can be so bothersome?
Well, the probably the worst tandem I ever had was a shorter, heavier set lady. We went and made the jump, and we told her before she made the jump, this harness is gonna be uncomfortable. She was right at the limit for being able to jump. So we told her this is not going to be comfortable at all. Under a canopy, it's going to be rough for you, but if this is something you really want to do, we will take you on this jump. You just need to understand.
Yeah.
And part of us is us telling her that so that if she is that uncomfortable, we told her. Now,
Yeah.
I've taken people her size before that did not have the issues she had, but the parachute opened up and she instantly started screaming about how uncomfortable this was. I mean, over the top crazy, and would not stop to the point where she was distracting me from actually doing the job. And I was a relatively new tandem instructor, so believe me, if I could have just gone, fuck it. This isn't worth it.
Whoops.
Yeah, but no, you guys are when you do the jump, you're attached to the parachute system. So if the instructor magically disappeared, you're still under a parachute.
Nice.
Yeah, you still got a canopy.
Who's laughing now?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
But you still have to land.
Yeah, there's that landing part. But a single person under a parachute as big as the ones you were jumping, even if you did nothing, you'd be all right. You'd probably hurt yourself, but you'd live through it.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah, you'd
I
live through it.
do think though as well. I mean, like we all know that we have to sign these waivers, and literally, like if anything goes wrong, there's no freaking way I could sue you for anything.
No.
Fair enough, but I do feel sometimes it could be like worded maybe a little bit nicer. It's like
No. Actually, see, they intentionally make it as harsh as possible because they want you to understand what's going on. In the States, when I jumped, the guy that actually invented the 3-ring system that you and I were talking about before the podcast, he invented that and a whole bunch of other really cool shit in skydiving. He was on this video waiver that you had to sit and watch, and it was no joke. He's like, you can die, and if you die, you can't sue us, and nobody can sue us, and if they do try and sue us, they not only lose, but they have to pay all our fees, and they do that very intentionally because people need to be aware. shit does go wrong. Now, as a skydiver, eventually I come to terms with the fact that, oh, this is actually dangerous. You know, I've been there for things when they've not gone well, and in those instances are what makes skydivers, because you finally go, all right, fuck. This really is that dangerous.
Come on, man. It's a bit of control, you know. Otherwise, if it's fully signed off, you're going to do all sorts of weird shit.
I mean, we want you to understand, and it's very important that the students coming out for that first time jump, although we want you to have fun and we want you to realize that, yes, tandem skydiving is a very safe thing, and we're talking, you know, 1 in a couple of million chance that you're going to get killed on the skydive. You could be that 1 in a couple of million.
Yeah, there has to be one.
Yeah.
Let's hope it's you.
Yeah. And it really is very important that you guys know that. That's one of the reasons that in the United States they don't let minors jump, because adults can't sign away a kid's life. Exactly.
Yeah.
They can't do that. Now, that's in the United States, but there's a lot of countries where there is no age limit. If you fit into the harness, then parents can allow it. So, and I have mixed feelings about that.
Have you ever jumped with somebody younger?
I took an 8-year-old.
An 8-year-old?
I took an 8-year-old in New Zealand, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was really, I was a nervous wreck, and it was a little Japanese kid.
Okay.
So really small kid that looked like he was having just as much, if not more, fun playing with his Hot Wheels in the dirt than he was about going on this skydive. He was just very detached. No, he just wasn't paying attention to things, and I don't think it did him any harm, but I don't think he had any fun with it. I was a nervous wreck because this teeny little kid, you know, I threw the drogue parachute, which keeps you falling a little slower, and instantly put one arm around him because we had no camera, there was no video or anything, so I'm like, I just want to make sure I don't lose this fucking kid. The next jump that I had to do was to take his 12 or 13-year-old sister. I'm pretty sure I did permanent damage to that poor kid.
Really?
She was fucking horrified. She did not want to do it, but her dad was like, nope, you're going to do this. You're going to make this skydive, which I thought was ridiculous.
Weird.
Yeah, why you would force that on a kid is beyond me.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that kid is terrified of flying.
She's sitting in some, like therapeutic office at the moment, talking about how traumatic this experience was.
Little permanent damage, care of the American. Yeah, absolutely.
Expensive skydive.
Yeah, you know, and so I think it really does depend on that. If the kid is old enough to have decided, and I know young kids, a good friend of mine, his daughter made her first jump on a tandem with him when she was 9, but she begged for a couple of years to be able to go. And this is what he's done forever. So you know at that point. And is 9 old enough to make that kind of decision? Well, I guess that's up to the parents.
Yeah, exactly.
It really is, you know. But I mean, if someone like her, I would be like, absolutely, let's go make a skydive. This is going to be a fucking blast.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, statistically speaking, it's more dangerous to drive to the drop zone than it is to take her on that skydive. So
in America.
In America. Yeah. It gets better in some places and worse in others. Depending, I mean, Jesus. Maybe everything's all safe in Germany, but...
Is it?
Yeah, but now the question, though, actually, like, let's go back to the original topic, because we just jumped, right? I mean, like, how was it for you guys now? Because for me, when I jumped, I was just literally screaming. Well, I wouldn't call it screaming. It was more like a manly, like...
Oh, yeah.
Like a Viking, you know? Like, I was calling my fellow skydivers. You know?
Sure.
The problem, though, is that, I don't know if you guys had the same, but the air dried out my mouth so much
Of course.
that you constantly have this switch between somehow trying to get your mouth wet, which is impossible, and again, like, continue to do your manly Viking call, right?
I think I had like a few things running through my mind. First of all, like, I know I'm being filmed, so I'm trying to be as like cool as possible throughout this experience. And somebody told me, and I can't remember if it was you or somebody else, but they were saying try not to close your mouth. Like, it's better just to keep screaming. So I was like, okay. And I know, and also because, like, your face does all this weird shit with the wind. Like, you look like you fucking morphed into something else.
Skeletor,
yeah. So I was really conscious of that, and I was like, if I scream, my cheeks will be slightly, like, stiffer. So therefore it will have less effect with the wind. So I was like, I'm not really that scared. I'm like, wow, wait. You're like, I'm being filmed. Look cool. Yeah, so I think that was also weirdly part of my...
So what would you have done if you wouldn't have been filmed? Do you think it would be more scary, or do you think
I
like
think I would be like, I wouldn't scream as much, yeah. I think I would have been because I was quite calm. And I was just like enjoying the view, and it kind of just like, the view sort of was like escapism. Like I wasn't even aware. I was just like in the moment so much that I was just like, it just stopped screaming. I was like, wow. Because I was like, you're fans. Yeah.
That was always one of the things that I used to love on the rare occasion that I'd get to do a tandem that didn't have a video. So I'm not having to put on that show.
Yeah.
And the tandem instructor, although he's there to do a job, once things are going the way that they should be, you're waving at the camera and checking in on your student. So you're busy. You've got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
But on those rare occasions that you wouldn't have video, especially if I was jumping in someplace like Fiji, I get to look around.
Yeah, exactly.
And go, holy shit. And a skydive, especially for you guys, did it go by quickly or slowly? The free fall. Did it seem like it was a snapper?
Super fast. And if anything, for me, it went a bit faster than the normal. So apparently the guys who were flying with me.
video guy, right?
Yeah, no, he was apparently struggling to keep up with me.
Yeah.
Bullets.
But you can see it in the footage of the video as well. Every time I see the camera guy, it's sort of up top, so I'm trying to bend my head upwards.
He was just trying to get you to do the banana impression.
My banana's not all that good.
Fair enough.
So, here's me doing my best banana effort.
So yours went by fast. Did yours go by fast?
No, actually, like less fast. Wow, slower. Good lord, slower than I had thought. I thought it would be over in a second. That it was just like so impressionable that it's just like boop, you're off. But for me, I really got to experience it. Like you're like, wow, okay, I'm falling. The view was insane. So much going on. I'm turning, and then all of a sudden I'm not turning. So like because there's like sort of like phases to the fall, that gave it that time, that space, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Absolutely. The first couple seconds were just, I think they were my favorite, jumping out of the plane, because that's sort of like your body's just like, holy shit, what is happening? Like, this is what it feels like. It's like so bizarre. Yeah, exactly. It's like you've never felt something like that ever before. So that was like really impressionable. And then afterwards you're like, okay, now you're screaming and you're like, holy shit, it's happening. And then all of a sudden, like, other things are happening, and I don't know, the camera guy's also there, and then it's because
it's
you know what I mean?
Definitely phases. So
I
went through the phase of the holy shit.
Yeah,
then it was like okay, I guess I'm allowed to scream her now. This is a scream with 200 kilometers an hour of wind coming in your face.
Yep.
Huh? Oh, no one can hear that? Okay.
Testing.
Yeah.
I guess you're fine now.
And then I was looking for the camera guy. I was ready to do my poses.
Yeah.
I just couldn't seem to get the right angle.
Fair enough. You were going fast.
But I feel like, the thing is, like, I love, I think if you have your first...
Sorry, that noise in the chair. I was like, Lucas, dude. It's just like
It's alright, just skydivers listening. You can let them rip. It's fine.
No, so I feel like, having a video is awesome for the first, like, the face expression you do when you jump out of the plane. It's just like,
that's
so
best.
funny because
It's
you
so
literally
real.
you're like, I mean, for the listeners now, I'm doing a really weird face. I am. But the thing is,
thank you.
Afterwards, you're welcome. Afterwards, like I feel like it's awesome because you want to have this memory, and especially you want to like show off, especially off Instagram and so on, right? But on the other hand, I think maybe not having a video is better because you're actually much more focused on what's around you, what's actually happening.
Yeah.
Because at this stage, you're like, instructor tells you like, look up, look at him, and so on. You're like, yeah, you're doing the thumbs up, and you're like, Superman, whatever, like. It's cool, and it's gonna be like great pictures. But actually, like
Those are
especially
seconds.
exactly, like because you have this beautiful view. I mean, it's insane what you see. And we had like beautiful weather. I mean,
stunning
weather.
weather. Stunning weather.
Yeah.
So it's. I agree with you. Yes and no. For first jump, I honestly always tried to get people to have video.
Yes, I agree.
You would get people coming out going, no, I don't want the video. I'm going to do this again.
Because you need the first face. You need the first face when they jump out.
Sure, absolutely. Well, and you get those people that come out and, no, I'll do this again. And they're always the ones that land and go, oh, fuck, I don't think I can do that again.
Yeah.
You should have got the goddamn video. I agree with you on the second one. If you've got the option to do it without a video, if you're just doing a tandem, you have to be able to soak it in a little bit more and check it out. For me, being able to jump without a video was always unique because, again, you're always on stage, basically, with that cameraman there. And as soon as they go away, you just kind of get to go, oh, this is skydiving. Because as a tandem instructor, that's not my jump. That's the student's jump. Yeah. So, yes, I'm involved, but I'm there to make sure you guys are safe and you guys are having a fun time. So it's not my jump. So every once in a while, when you don't have that camera, you get to go, oh, yeah, this is what we're doing this for. Okay, cool. It gets really fun.
Yeah.
And especially, too, when the instructors are busy working, things can go by kind of quick. But as soon as that camera goes away, man, 60 seconds is a long time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
When you try and explain to people how long are you falling, and if you tell someone to sit and look at the second hand of a watch for 60 seconds and then explain to them you were falling that entire time, people are like, oh, fuck, because it's a whole new thing when you put it in that kind of perspective. So I'm always interested in what people see. Obviously, the more nervous you are, the quicker it seems to go. You're not retaining as much.
It's true, but I do have to admit, I think it's already quite high. I mean, I think we fell like for 60 seconds roughly or something. I mean, me and Anne. Lucas, you're a little bit less.
45,
right. So, you're right though, because I mean, how long can you scream? There's like moment you're like,
oh, I was out of breath.
Yeah, you're like, I'm
exactly.
done now. Yeah.
And then you have the experience of, oh, this is breathing in 200 kilometers an hour.
Now I know what that feels like.
So it was a constant little, checklist. Okay. Yeah,
it always used to crack me up when I'd shoot video and you'd fly in front of someone that's screaming that they can't breathe. Yeah. Which is the funniest fucking thing in the world, because you're like, first off, you're falling through air. It's still air. It's just a little bit higher and maybe not quite as much of it, but there's still a whole lot of air being rammed down your throat. And second, you're screaming, I can't breathe! I can't breathe! Really?
For me, it was more like, holy shit! Holy shit!
Yeah. That's good though. That's good.
Holy shit! Holy shit! That's my best impression of 200 kilometers of wind.
Nice, yeah.
Let me help.
So
I was there.
What did you guys think as the parachute started to open? Something's different now. So what did you think about that?
I think actually, funnily enough, and I didn't think this would happen, I was kind of like, I feel like now would be the time the parachute would open, because I'm like, if I fall a little longer, I'm going to start to worry that this is too long. I was like, it'll be about now. Like, I don't know, I was like, thinking of that.
I can read the parking space my car was.
Yeah, I was like, we're getting slightly close for comfort. No, and it felt like, I actually liked that, because it kind of, it was like the introduction to something else, Like, I don't think I would have enjoyed free fall all the way to the ground.
I don't think anyone does.
No, and then have it be like a massive trampoline.
No, but I was surprised how
Did it hurt for you?
It didn't hurt at all.
No, it didn't hurt for me.
It didn't hurt at all. It was so smooth. Yeah. Actually.
It felt fun.
Tux, you did a great job.
Tux didn't pack the parachute.
Whoever packed the parachute.
He just opened it.
Yeah. I liked it. Because a lot of people say it hurts and they have like bruises.
But you are getting ready though, because I could see the photographer's eyes, right? And he was like,
it's time.
Okay, that you showed me everything you got, buddy.
So
you did all your moves. I've got everything I want now.
We're gonna wrap this up.
Just when you finish the Thriller dance,
You're like, oh, it's over? Oh, okay. Almost done.
Yep.
And then because I was holding on to, because you are like scared of like this like extreme drop, like from 200 to 0 in like, I don't know, a few seconds, right? But I agree, it was rather.
It was fun. It was like, woohoo!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
modern technology and the canopies that are out nowadays, the stuff that I started taking people on tandems were...
Right? No, because
they were notorious for opening very briskly and very hard.
Yeah. Did it hurt?
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
But is it like a sort of out of breath hurts? Or?
No, well, because you're taking it all on the crotch, Yeah.
I guess for men it's worse than
Yeah, you don't...
I mean, like, push diving up.
Definitely don't want anything slipping under the leg straps.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure. But
Horrible.
the canopies, especially the tandem canopies that are out nowadays, are amazing as far as how they open and how they fly and how they land. So it's nice when technology catches up to what we're trying to do. For sure.
Yeah.
Because those old canopies, fuck me, man, they were bad.
Brutal.
Yeah, they were bad. I'm still in physical therapy for the shit that I went through from back then.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that's not even a joke.
Fuck me.
Yeah. So the parachute opens up. What was the first thing everybody said? Do you remember?
I think it was just like wow. I think just because then I don't know. You just need to process first what happened, right?
I'm
you're
not
just
going to die.
Yeah, well, I mean, you still. In all fairness, like you're still really high up, right?
Oh yeah.
It's not like you're like like oh I can fall and I would land, right?
You're like 1, 2 step and down.
No, no.
it's freaking high,
Yeah, you're probably a little over 4,000 feet as a tandem when the parachute's
Yeah.
completely open.
Yeah.
So that's high,
Yeah,
double
that's a
myself.
skydive.
I remember I definitely was like, woohoo! Like, I really enjoyed that part. And what was so surprising for me was also, like, so the guy who was jumping with Tarek, he said, like, just take off your goggles now. I was like, is it safe?
Are you crazy?
Yeah, I was like, but I was so surprised at how calm it was at that altitude, how relaxing, like, the wind was almost still, and I was just so I always thought that like that far from the Earth's surface would still be like danger zone, but actually it wasn't painful. It was super relaxing.
Yes.
For me, it was the absolutely breeze of the park with the parachute opening.
Yeah.
But then I've heard from people that the next step of actually
Descent.
letting go the hooks. They didn't
Oh,
let
that
all
felt
the-
weird, huh? You're like,
Whatever.
Do you have any idea how many
I've been
people?
told that was a scary moment for certain people.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It was nothing for me.
No, it's a
But
little bit of a
Tukes,
drop.
great job. Yeah.
You know it's
Yeah.
coming. You know it's coming for sure. Now, I've had people that have freaked the fuck out when you loosen the lateral. So the reason that they do that is for landing. You don't want those 4 points attached. You guys, it makes it much easier for you to get your legs up and out in front of you if you don't have those laterals attached.
Makes sense.
And if there's
they
higher
can.
wind on the ground, it also means that I can detach from you much quicker so that we're not risking getting dragged across the ground.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like, I mean, when I've done, like I said, 10 years ago, right? I literally had, like, I would say, I mean, if I can remember correctly, it probably was, like, way less, but it literally felt like a 10 centimeters drop. You know, it was really like, oh my
It
gosh.
might
you know,
have been.
like,
Yeah.
but then now, this time, it was literally like, oh, am I going to make it comfortable? It was like, nothing,
Yeah.
So
the
you-
only thing is like when you have then once you're dangling there, you're like, okay, let's do small talk with your instructor. So what you doing for a living?
Yep. Yep.
It's like I
That
sell
was-
cars.
Yep. Yeah. You don't want the amateur. You do not want the beginner. So now, who took the crazy parachute ride? Anybody?
I get motion sick. I was like, all right, bro, we're going to take this nice and easy.
Nice.
And he didn't really ask, but we just did it. It was
He's like, this
great.
boy's going to love it.
Fucking Tukes.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I did it last time, well, again, long time ago, but I did it then. And the problem I had with last time is that, it goes so quick because you get the speed and then you go down and you can, he gave me as well the handles to try out. It was super fun and stuff. But this time I said, like, you know what, it's so freaking expensive. Every second I will take in, like. And in all fairness, like, I came in last. I was second to last. I came in as last. So it was a long ride down, but it was so beautiful to see everything, and it was really chill, and we just chatted and just like see like the whole, because again you could see everything, right? I mean, it was
The view was great.
Yeah, right? I mean, it's like-
Nice guy.
and I think this is what again, you pay so much money, so every second you can get, like let him work for it, like
Sure. The
Yeah.
canopy ride always used to be potentially tedious because there's that silence, right? So
Yeah.
you have to try and figure out whether or not your student is the one that just wants to soak in the silence, or if they need reassurance and chit chatting. And so, when the ones that need chit chatting, you're like, "Fuck, we're gonna be up here a while. I gotta just talk. That's all I do. Fuck, come on."
What I found most funny was, halfway, you've got the canopy out, then all of a sudden they say, right, goggles off, and then mask on. I was like, well,
Oh, really?
I've been shouting
I
my
didn't do
guts
that.
out.
Yeah.
I've been shouting my guts out, and all of a sudden I've got to put my mask on.
That's right. You guys are making the jump in the time of COVID.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
At a drop zone that's being really cautious, which is awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
glad.
no, it's good. It's good.
you
But
know-
it's just surreal because I've been all everything that was coming out of me was going towards him.
Sure.
But they have a helmet on, right?
They do
That's
have a
true.
helmet on.
That's true.
Yeah, so back in the day when I was doing tandems, we didn't have to wear the full face helmets. Some drop zones, like in New Zealand, I didn't wear a helmet at all.
What did you wear? Just glasses? Or?
Nothing. Yeah, just glasses. That's it.
Nothing.
Yeah, just glasses. And yeah, I've done those tandems too. I've jumped in Vegas.
With tandem?
I've taken half a dozen naked
And
tandems.
those painful parachutes, or
Well, I only took naked girls, so they didn't have quite the issue, but
Ouch.
yeah. Again, not wearing a helmet, you do get issues with stuff coming up, especially if you're jumping in cold weather. So people's sinuses sometimes let loose in free fall, and at 200 kilometers an hour, when you're right behind them and their sinuses let loose, your goggles are covered. And,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
That's so nauseating.
I had one of the, in retrospect, funniest jumps ever. I had a talk radio DJ come out to make a skydive.
Okay.
And she asked to have a microphone put on her for the jump. And I told her, well, you're not going to pick anything up in free fall. It's just going to be free fall noise, but maybe you'll be able to hear us talking when the parachute opens. So we go and make the skydive. She did a great job in free fall, and the parachute opens up, and I'm taking care of business, and I finally get around to talking to her. I'm like, so what'd you think? And the very first words out of her mouth are, I think I'm going to be sick. Motion sickness, like
Yeah.
starts to kick in. So I loosen her chest strap and trying to get her comfortable, and I tell her,
emergency release valve.
yeah, right. This is when you wish you had those. And so I tell her, as she's telling me she's going to get sick, I'm like, just do me a favor and aim down, right in the middle of the word down.
What?
She let loose.
Oh my god.
Needless to say, we get on the ground. She finally starts feeling better, and about 45 minutes later, she comes out of the trailer that she'd been laying down in, and we listen to the tape to hear what it picked up. And you hear me say, just aim down and choke. And then the next thing you hear me say is, did you have oatmeal and bananas for dinner?
Because that's exactly what I wanted as well. Yeah.
No, my response was because that's what it tasted like.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah, right
But
in the
oh my
face.
See, like, okay, tell me if it's true, like, because I've heard from a well-versed, like, skydive planner, saying, like, if you need to throw up, you throw up into your shirt.
That's if you're polite. If you're a polite tandem student, you're going to puke in your shirt.
Oh, Felix is polite.
It's-
Or like under your arm or something.
It's-
Under your arm.
so it doesn't like that's what Dark told me.
Yeah, absolutely. But the problem is somehow magically the wind is just not nice to tandem instructors. And I've had someone vomit aiming down, and it didn't get on them at all. But I had a tandem student shaped vomit
Oh my god.
all around, literally from my knees all the way up to my chin, just covered in puke. Just
Occupational hazard.
yeah, well, especially jumping in Vegas again, because everybody's got to go get fucking bombed the night before, and they have what we call death breath, and these are the ones you can smell their breath in free fall. It's so bad because they've been out drinking all night, and then you fill that with a bunch of adrenaline as well. You have no idea what that smells like.
Oh my god. I don't think I want to either.
Oh my god! Every tandem instructor out there right now is either laughing or cringing.
Yeah,
because
so nasty.
They know because it's just holy shit.
Yeah.
There's no way around it. It's just again, it's a hazard of the job. It's
Yeah.
gonna happen.
Was there ever a time where you were able to just tell them, like, sorry, but you're not going to get on with me?
Um,
Couldn't you say no? Or is it like in such a job where you're like, okay,
No, well,
Yeah, exactly.
oh, you mean
I'll
so? Any drop zone in the U.S., if people are showing signs of being drunk or anything like that, they're automatically turned away. You'll give them a breathalyzer.
Oh, okay.
So no way do you get to jump. I've never had anybody that I would turn away for any of those reasons. The people get turned away because they're overweight, or for whatever reason they're just belligerent. People get that way. But I've never turned anybody away, and I've never had a refusal. Knock on wood.
okay, that's nice.
Yeah. It's nice. The refusals are hard when somebody backs out because you know they're going to regret it forever.
Okay, hold
Yeah.
on. Did you ever had somebody being like, hey, this is Instructor Dean? You're like, and then the person was like,
No, thank you.
no, don't give anybody else.
For
Like,
me, no. Hell no. Are you kidding?
Swipe left.
could I have done this? I mean, not again, like my instructor was great and so on, but it could have been like, no, I prefer somebody like, Asian.
You could, but you have to remember that you go out to a drop zone, and that's not just a bunch of coworkers. Chances are that's a family. So the guy or girl that you just snubbed is going to go to whoever you get and go, all right, you need to spin this fucker to the ground. You're going for a ride.
That was also so funny when cheers. When we jumped down, my instructor was like doing this turning and so on, right, which was really fun and so on. But it was going for so long. There was a second in me where I thought like, wait a second, is this me? Is this my hands right now? It's like, and he's like freaking out, trying to like, and I'm like, woo!
Oh no, he would have told you, stop that, stop
But
that.
there's this millisecond of being like, oh my god.
You never know. You never know. Yeah, one of the things that we would do, especially for to avoid refusals, is we would make sure that if it was a couple that came out, the girl always jumped before the guy.
Smart.
Okay.
Always, because there's not a guy. Well, there's one, and he'll never hear this because he never made a skydive. But almost every time, if the girl jumps, the guy's like, "Fuck, she went. I have no choice. I have to." There's there's this pride.
Yeah.
There
Back
was
to the manlyhood, yeah.
one jump that I shot video on, and it was still one of the most horrifyingly funny jumps ever. I'm shooting video for this guy that's going to go for a jump, and we're in a small plane. So I'm sitting next to the pilot. He's attached to his instructor, kneeling in between me and the door is right here. So when it's time to go, I just open the door and I climb out, and then they go. We're getting ready to get on jump run. We're not even on jump run yet. And they're attached, and the guy starts to freak out. Now, his girlfriend is attached to her instructor just behind the pilot, and watching all of this happening as he's losing his shit. So he's decided no fucking way is this guy getting out of the airplane. And we ask him over and over and over again. He's got a death grip on the seat. He's trying to grab anything he can. The door isn't even open yet. So we're like, fine, dude, you're not jumping. But I tell him, all right, I'm not staying in the plane, so I guess I'll just jump with her. He says, I don't care, whatever. He has to slide to the back of the airplane so she can kind of do-si-do past him. And as she slides past him, she thumps him in the chest with her finger and goes, "You fucking pussy," and then rolls out of the airplane.
I love her.
Without a parachute.
I guarantee that relationship didn't last the cab ride back to the hotel.
But may I ask you, like, on this where you're working right now, right? How often or how many, let's say on a yearly basis, actually go up and go down again, roughly?
Well, I would say probably close to a dozen a year.
That's it?
A dozen out of the how many, though?
Last year out of 27,000.
Oh, okay.
Now, but that being said, I've taken 8,000 tandems and I've never had a refusal. So a dozen is actually quite a lot, in my opinion. I've seen quite a few, but also at the drop zone where I'm working, there's a lot of language barrier. And a lot of cultural barrier. So
What are you saying? I don't understand. You want to go more?
Exactly. So it's very difficult. If you're in the States, it's very easy. Everybody speaks English and fluent English, so it's very easy for me to zero in on a personality. It's the same culture, so it's very easy for me to find a way to reassure that student of what's going on. But if there's either a language barrier or a cultural difference, it's very difficult for me to find the buttons that I need to push to make that happen. So when you've got a very international drop zone and cultural and language barriers and all of that, it's really tricky. And you guys have now experienced this. You're talking about potentially putting people in the most stressful situation they've ever been in. And it doesn't matter that they did it voluntarily. It's still a holy fuck situation.
Absolutely.
So you throw in those little extra things where I can't tell you in a way you understand that it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
And that's when people are not going to be able to back down from that fear. So I see it more at this drop zone than I have in other places, but there's reasons.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
But that's where, Felix, maybe they were expecting this with you. They were saying, "Oh, let's not give him too much information."
I was like, nine!
Oh my god, dude! You just like shocked me off my chair. Do you know how loud you are in this thing?
It's a good thing I can control the
Holy
volume
fuck.
of this in
I
post-production.
freaked out there for a second.
If anything,
Holy
Anne just
shit.
had a worse heart attack than
My
actually
ear-
jumping out.
Yeah, my eardrum just popped.
So now the $1 million question is: you obviously you guys have all made it, and you all had a good time. Is this something that you would do again?
I think so. But I definitely would do it in a different location because I do feel that the view is a massive part of that experience. So doing it for the same view, I don't know if I would necessarily want to do that, even though I trust very much Like the drop
Sure.
zone we had, I thought that was very safe, which I like a lot.
it was super
So I think there are
professional,
some areas like I don't know, maybe in the middle of Zimbabwe, I'll think twice. Where I'm like, I don't know if I trust the guys that are here because it's these are some of the best and stuff.
Sure.
So
Well, now what about
maybe New Zealand.
what about jumping on your own?
It's funny that you say this. I mean, after jumping, there was this one guy, part of the group, that was saying before the jump, like, yeah, no, I want to really do this,
He has
course.
jumped
And all
before.
that. He has jumped before, this guy. And he was already thinking about doing a course. And I thought to myself,
Why?
I mean, me not having jumped before, I was like, what are you doing? You're hearing the stories from Dean. All his money has gone into skydiving. Let's say.
Oh yeah.
Looking at his
You're
poor-
falling into a pitfall here that
Oh yeah.
you're
It's
never
a
gonna
money
get
pit.
out.
It's a money pit.
I've done the jump now, and literally straight after the jump, I said, "Holy shit, I want to do this again."
That's good.
So
I
you-
mean,
Yeah. I mean, I'm.
Are you still considering it?
Yeah, I'm still considering it. I mean, the solo jump, it's something I gotta consider a bit further.
we're gonna.
Well, what's
need to-
reassuring is these parachutes apparently
They work.
they go on its own as well. You don't need to pull.
They
anything.
do. Actually, Felix, you'll love this. The automatic activation device that most rigs have in them is German made. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Deutsche
Of course. The
Qualität.
Germans.
You're welcome. Just
The
saying.
Germans. Yes,
Yeah, you had a lot to do with that, didn't you?
I hear business potential with China here.
Hey, quality. Quality.
What
Yep.
about you? Would you jump on your own? Felix?
See, that's I think I like the idea of skydiving because I think it's such
Yeah.
a
Super
human thing. Like I mean,
It's a-
what? No, what?
It's
No,
a human
like have you seen any?
Don't do it.
No, I mean,
No.
hold on. I'm just saying. it's like,
up one day.
What a human thing to do.
When I was bored, I was like,
Can we
"Ooh,
just
skydive."
Can we just celebrate humanity that we actually just for fun of
You're
it?
saying it like it's a beautiful expression of human ingenuity.
I was getting there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
In my own words, I want to say like
I
something
feel
like
it, baby.
that.
Like that's why we're married. I get you. I speak your language. I'm helping you out.
No, but I mean like it's a super cool
Such a mint.
thing, and just like what you feel and what you're you are in the moment. You're totally self-aware what's happening around you. I mean, there's so many factors with it, right? I personally, and we talked about this earlier also before the podcast, right? I like the idea of it, but I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it,
Yeah.
and then I will. Yeah. And then
I'm being
and then-
supportive. Sorry, I'll shut the fuck up.
And then I will only do it like every 3 months or something.
Yeah,
You know,
no.
like, because you need to do it, and then you need to be full in it, and you need to be like bam, bam, bam.
You
You know?
gotta dedicate.
So
Yeah.
that's the thing with skydiving is if you've decided that you're going to go out and learn how. First off, it's an expensive sport to learn how to do. You'll go out and
calculated it, yeah.
to do that first AFF jump, you're talking about an 8-hour ground school. You're talking about a lot of preparation and a lot of nerves again because now, oh wait a second, I got to open this parachute. Once the parachute's open, I got to fly this parachute. I got to land this parachute. So you go through all this extra stuff, and then you have to make that happen. You land that parachute, and the exhilaration that you guys felt after your first tandem is nothing compared to when you've done it for yourself. You get yourself through your course, and you get your license, your A license. You can't imagine the amount of freedom that you feel. So the idea that you'd go out and then only jump once every 3 months, if you've gotten all the way to your license, you're a fucking skydiver. That's it. That's it. It's not like golf. It's not something you take up occasionally. And the other big thing, and the thing that people that have listened to the podcast will know, the overriding theme in skydiving is community. So the people that I work with at whatever drop zone that I go to, they're not just my coworkers, they're family. And it's very much the whole foxhole mentality, that, the band of brothers kind of thing. And you put yourself in these risky situations, and you put yourself in high stress situations, and you do that with people that are doing the same thing over and over and over again, and you bond in a way that a lot of people don't understand. And if anything, the community drives you to jump just as much as the jumping does. I mean, I've stayed in the sport for as long as I have, more for the community than for the sport. I don't jump nearly as much now as I used to, So, but I'm still very much entrenched in the lifestyle. So I think you'd be surprised if it was something that you really enjoyed and you got that far, you'd be a jumper.
But what would you say to somebody who's like I repeat myself, but in the beginning as well, like I didn't really jump because somebody else jumped for me,
Sure.
right? Now, doing the step of jumping, doing this training, jumping yourself, you can't compare with tandem skydive at all.
No.
Like, it's completely different,
Yes.
right? So what would you say to somebody who actually is interested, but is also like, freaking scared of actually, because you're on your own. Yes, you have two instructors around with you, but still, you're like...
So all the way up until I had literally 150, 200 jumps, I had a spot on the freeway that I would have to drive past to get to the drop zone.
Mm-hmm.
And if I turned around before I got to that spot, I could go home and feel good about myself and be okay with the fact that I just chickened out going to the drop zone to jump. But if I passed that spot, I had to go jump. I was shit scared for 100 skydives.
Let's see, 100 skydives.
Absolutely.
You know how much money
Every single time I'd be in the door of the aircraft.
We have calculated it.
Oh, yeah. Every single time I'd be in the door of the aircraft going, why in the fuck am I doing this? And the instant I let go of the aircraft, I remembered why. But the human beings, when it comes to stuff like that, have a very short memory for the positives and a very long memory with the negatives.
Yeah.
So it's very easy to remember how fucking scared you were because you're scared for a fuckload longer than you're happy, right? Because a skydive lasts for 5-6 minutes, but that terror can last days before you go jump. I would be a
Yes.
nervous wreck for 2 days before I would go out, and this is with 100 skydives. And to some, to people that have done 1 or 2 skydives, 100 sounds like
Insane
tons.
amounts, yeah.
Yeah.
I have almost probably a little over 11,000 jumps now, and I'll still get nervous on a day that I go out to jump. But that's a good thing because those nerves and that borderline fear is what keeps you present and
you alive,
keeps
yeah.
you alive. I wouldn't give up that fear for anything because that fear is what keeps me sharp.
Yeah.
That fear is what makes sure I'm checking everything twice. I'm making damn sure I'm safe and I'm not getting complacent because in skydiving, complacency kills.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you say this because me as
Wait, hang on. I love the fact that you're having to grab the back of each guy's head and shove their faces towards the very phallic mic. I'm just enjoying that. You guys,
I'm helping.
I'm pretty sure they can hear me loud and clear.
yeah,
but,
you guys
yeah.
can't see it, but every time one of them is talking, they're a little bit too far away from the microphone, and she's grabbing them from the back of the head, and basically
sure
forcing them
everyone
onto the
hears you.
microphone.
Yeah.
She's
kind of-
got practice with this apparently.
Very rape.
I feel like you would have more practice.
Yeah, you can do it yourself, Felix.
Wait. We're only here to talk about skydiving.
No, but just to pull away from skydiving, it's very much the same story with what I've experienced in the past with sailing. So I've sailed across the Atlantic. I've done all sorts of extreme sailing type of things, and it gets to a stage where it is scary.
Sure.
But you train yourself up to just trust into the fact that everything that you've done or prepared is safe.
Sure.
At the end of the day, and that that I guess that's what sort of kept me so calm. I mean, there was so. I mean, no one's going to let you fly out of a plane
Without
not
checking
safe.
twice.
No, exactly.
Well,
I mean,
they're
at the end of the
not
day,
going to let you do it without being as safe as humanly
I
possible.
would
Yeah.
be shit scared if I was the one that packed the parachute, if I was the one that made the plane, if I was the one that was flying the plane and jumping it out. Yeah. I wouldn't trust myself one bit.
Well,
there's all these security checks
Sure.
that at the end of the day are there to trigger anything that could potentially go wrong, which are reducing
Sure.
the fear factor.
Sure.
At the end of the
Well,
day.
and there's key skydives along your way during your career in skydiving. There's your first jump. Whether or not you actually enjoyed it, is this something you want to try again? There's the
it.
first time that you've got the parachute on your back. There's the first time you jump all by yourself, which is a surreal experience
Yeah.
because up until then you've been dealing with this overload, but you've been dealing with another human being there, and there's something amazingly comforting in knowing that you might not die alone.
Yeah.
Right?
That's true.
But then all of a sudden you jump all by yourself and 60 seconds again draws out. It's extremely long on that very first solo and you just do turns and go, fuck, holy shit, it's all me. I'm the only one that can make sure that this goes right. And then there's the first time that you jump your own pack job. And the first time you jump your own pack job is fucking horrible.
I can imagine.
It's horrible because you've got to build up to it. You've got the packing. You're packing the parachute thinking, I'm fucking this up because you don't have the picture, but somebody's kind of watching you. And you get it laid down and, all right, it went in the bag, but that was pretty messy. Fuck. And no, it's fine. And all of a sudden, fine is not a word you want to hear.
You're like fine?
Yeah, you want to hear perfect.
You want to risk my life on fine?
Yeah, no, that looked fine. And so you're nervous then, and then you're nervous as you're doing your gear check over and over and over again, making sure that fucking reserve handle is right where you left it, because you're pretty sure you're going to need that. Then the airplane ride up is a terrible, terrible plane ride up. And then the skydive, you don't even get to enjoy the skydive, because the instant you let go of the airplane, all you're thinking about is the parachute.
No, absolutely. And I know exactly what you mean in terms of everything. You know, with my... I used to sail from Ibiza to Barcelona, for everyone to know.
You're so fancy.
Solo, you know, and you know, you have to prepare the food, you have to prepare the sails, you have to prepare the boat. You got to make sure that the wind.
Are you comparing like yachting with like skydiving right now?
It's equally as extreme, Felix. Yeah?
Actually, I'm going to agree with him on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with him.
If you're in the middle of the ocean or the sea,
I don't see you doing it.
you've got no boats around, and all of a sudden you're there on your own. I mean, you can reach out on VHF or a radio or whatever. No, the WhatsApp wouldn't work. There's no connection out there.
What are you going to drop your location?
Yeah, SOS.
You're out there on a 30-foot sailing yacht or whatever. You're on your own. I mean, you are on your own. The only downside or difference is that I'm on my own. But if I just float, I'm okay. The wind will blow me somewhere. Yeah. The wind in skydiving ain't gonna keep me up.
You're gonna get to the ground one way or another. For sure. Well, and that's one thing that is so cool about skydiving, in my opinion, is it's both a very, very solo sport and a very community-driven sport. I'm going to jump out of the airplane with all my friends, and we're going to fly around and have all kinds of fun. But at the end of that skydive, it's me and my parachute. Yeah. Period. Yeah. And so it's a very strange mix of being a solo sport and a group sport both at the same time. Because when it comes down to it, you're on your own. But that's also one of the beautiful things about it. And again, if you were to get through your course and get to the point where you've got your license, you're a skydiver. You're going to continue to jump. You might not jump as crazy much as I did or other people do, but you're a skydiver. It's not a once every 3 months thing. It's a once a week. Maybe you give yourself Sundays to go jump.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, like, this is probably you're hooked, right? I mean, like, I do like the idea of it, because skydiving is not only like skydiving, but I feel like it's like, facing off fears and facing like, like you just said, right? I mean, like, you're in the moment there. Yeah. Like, you're alone. You're like, there's nothing really like nobody else can do. This is you now. You're sharpened.
Have you seen those cool videos of this? The five guys doing this, the skydive, and doing all sorts of stars and everything. I could see me and you doing that.
See, there you go. There you go.
It's gonna be a small star.
And also, like, I was not included in this, by the way, because I'm a woman. You're sexist.
You're gonna tell you once you're in the drop zone,
and it's included.
I'm gonna start my own group.
I will be the first one to tell you that you wouldn't be in the same group. You'd actually graduate before these guys, because women always do better. Always. Do you want to know why? Women handle fear dramatically better than men. Okay, that's because you aren't raised to hide fear. You're raised to feel it and deal with it. Men are raised to fucking run away from it and hide it. This isn't happening. I'm not scared. Fuck you. And, bullshit fucking bravado and testosterone, which, and I can't tell you how many AFF student guys I've had to tell, dude, the fucking air doesn't care how strong you are. Stop trying to muscle the air. It's not going to work. It's all about finesse, and women are much better at that as well.
I can vouch for that.
Yeah. So, well, it's cool. I mean, it sounds like you all had a really good experience. And Felix, I know you were nervous on your second jump. I was actually much more nervous on my second jump than on my first, because somewhere in me, all my being was saying, you fucking survived this. Why are you doing it again? And I still to this day can't tell you why I continued to skydive, because I was really nervous. I was a very, very nervous student, but I also did very well. And I think part of the reason I did so well was because I was nervous, and I'm like, all right, this shit's important, And I'm not one to focus on things that bore me or don't engage me, and skydiving is very engaging, and there's nothing boring about it, So I think you'd probably find that you were really in tune to it.
But that's
sure.
why maybe because I tried to do it with you, right? But I mentioned earlier in the podcast saying like I wanted to give you the experience like on the spot, like
Yeah,
it, you know?
shock into it.
now when we talk about this, I think I would be the kind of person who actually would have
Knock on.
maybe like don't, but like maybe I would have enjoyed this because then like you don't have these 2 weeks of thinking of it,
Sure.
Because then it's like let's do this, and you're like I'm nervous, but okay.
Well, the benefit too, though, dealing with nerves like you did and like I did when I was learning how to skydive is that once you've done it and you've made that skydive, the personal pride that you can take is huge. Which is funny coming from somebody that's been jumping out of airplanes 25 years, but I take great pride in the fact that I was able to drive down the fucking highway and get in the plane to do what I've been doing for 25 years. And even to this day, after a fun day of skydiving, part of me is like, dude, you got balls, man. You
You're
Get
cool,
this
dude.
bitch a drink.
Absolutely. You know, the sense of achievement when you've done something that you were scared, borderline terrified to do, and you've not only done it but had fun doing it, there's no way to put that into words.
Yeah,
It's amazing.
That's
true.
what you mean.
And there's not a lot in the world that could get you there either.
No, especially not in this world. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
We're bombarded with so many experiences.
Yeah.
So many different things at your fingertips,
Yeah,
whether it's
so
online or
accessible.
all these different things that you can do that are kind of scary, but they're guaranteed to be safe. And there's
Yeah.
something to be said for stepping out there.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
but question, guys. So if you guys would go again, do you think you would be equally nervous? Or do you
No.
think like it would be like completely like whatever, dude?
No, I think I would
if-
equally be nervous.
If I'd be with Tukes again, I would be nervous.
Rock
at all.
star.
Yeah.
He's a rock star.
Rock star.
Yeah.
If I'd be with you, Felix, I'd be highly nervous. Yes.
Shit's everywhere.
So, guys, I usually...
myself.
Exactly. Back to myself, and I'm flying the plane.
That's it. So I usually wrap up podcasts by asking the experienced jumpers that I'm talking to what advice they would give to new people coming in and people that have been doing it a long time. But I want you to give advice to people that have never made a jump, that are thinking, hey, maybe I'd like to make a skydive. Tell them why they should.
If you fit under the 100 kilograms and you are the right BMI, hell yeah, do it.
Awesome.
Do
awesome.
it. 100%. It's life-changing, completely.
If you're 6'4" and at 100 kg, practice your banana before the jump.
Yeah, please.
A banana,
Please,
yeah.
please do.
I 100% would recommend someone to try it and face their fears. I was also somebody that never thought I would have the balls to do it. But if I can do it, guys, you can do it. Trust me. And you're going to love yourself for it.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's more like learning about your own fear and what to do, right? I mean, for me, for example, I was really nervous, and then like, I already know now that if I ever have like like a big meeting or whatever, like something coming up, like very really nervous about because you really need to convince. Just keep telling yourself like, I mean, I jumped out of a plane.
Yes.
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 There's
It's-
nothing that can stop me now.
Yeah. Face overcome.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Somebody pushed me out of a plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you let them.
Yeah,
You let
exactly.
them.
Together.
It's an experience that will lend itself to situations in all corners of your life. One of the coolest things about being a full-time skydiver is the rest of the world just seems to get the volume turned down a little bit. You have a good day at jumping, and that traffic jam you get stuck in doesn't piss you off quite as much.
Yeah.
The crazy person in the supermarket doesn't piss you off quite as much. It just kind of turns that volume down because you realize, all right, I did something pretty spectacular,
Yeah.
and it really is.
was a
Every
good
single
day.
jump is. And that's one of the reasons that skydiving is such a great sport, and that it doesn't matter if the skydive went as you planned it, and as you get more experience, there's things that you're trying to achieve during those skydives. But it becomes very evident very quick on that doesn't matter. Like, I'm never going to be a world-class swooper or hardcore free-flying skydiver, but it doesn't matter because I have fun and I get to do my favorite
Yeah.
thing, which is let go of the plane.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah,
thank you
exactly.
so much for taking
Thanks
the
for
time.
having us.
I'm
Thank
really
you.
glad that you guys had a good time jumping, and I hope you all jump again.
We will. I'm sure of it.
Awesome.
Bye.
Awesome. Guys, thank you.
Thank you.
Dude, that was so much fun.
All right, guys, once again, this is Lunatic Fringe Into the Void. Thanks for joining us. Brought to you, as always, by Blue Skies Magazine. Head to blueskiesmag.com. Brought to you by pussfoot.com. And brought to you by me, the fucking pilot. Head to thefuckingpilot.net, where you can get copies of both the books that I've written, the Fucking Pilot book for Blue Skies Magazine and The Accidental Stripper. Thanks so much for listening. We'll catch you next time.